Thanks, Nikki and Keaton. Iowa made a quick bounce back from their loss at Maryland last week with some revenge against Northwestern, Sunday 85-71. We will have more on that victory on Monday's show. Keeping with Carver Hawkeye Arena, the Iowa wrestling team was in front of a big crowd Friday night for another duel against Minnesota. Wrestling reporters Laura Boulanda and Zach Mackey were Matt's side and have more.
11,174 Iowa wrestling fans watched as the Hawkeyes took down yet another Big Ten opponent. With a quick start and a satisfying end, the Hawkeyes will move to 14-0 on the season. Thomas Gilman at 125 started the duel off with a pounding of the mat, a pin for Gilman to make the team score 6-0. At 133, number 3 in the nation, Corey Clark follows directly behind Gilman with another pin for the Hawks and another 6 for the team score.
You work hard throughout the week and you get a little bit of pressure built up, and the fans out there add on to it a little bit, and then the second the ref slaps the mat, you just feel it all release.
The first loss came from Brody Grothus at 141 in a 6-4 decision to Minnesota's number 7, Tommy Thorne. Ranked first, it's Brandon Sorensen that would put on a defensive heavy match, but would go on to win it 6-2. Then it was Edwin Cooper, the 157-pounder, with a 4-2 decision. Following Cooper was Patrick Rhodes with a major decision over Dylan Urbach, 21-7. In the 174-pound weight class, number 12, Alex Meyer gets a major decision, a 10-1 victory. And we'll move on to 184 pounds, where this duel really starts to get interesting. Number 7, Sammy Brooks, a Carver crowd favorite, put on an offensive show, and he'd later tech fall his opponent in an 18-2 victory.
You'll become a crowd favorite doing that very quick. Very quick.
The second and final loss of the duel would come from undefeated Nathan Birak to Brett Farr 6-5 after a controversial last-second call. And finally, at 285 pounds, number 7 and Minnesota native Sam Stoll gets the decision over Michael Kroll 7-3. The final team score 34-6. I'm going to hand it over to Zach Mackey now with more on the returning All-Americans.
Coach Tom Brands knew he had experience on his roster from the beginning of the year with 4 returning All-Americans. But the coach didn't expect for 2 of those All-Americans to still be undefeated, as we have reached the halfway point in the Big Ten season. Brandon Sorensen leads this Hawkeye team with 19 wins at 149 pounds, and the sophomore stayed the course with another win.
Pretty bulletproof, but good job for sure. And coming back too from Nebraska, I mean, he let it all fly, so I really wasn't worried about it. He gets past things good.
Iowa's Nathan Burak and Minnesota's Brett Pafar was the marquee matchup that everyone looked to at the beginning of the match. Down by 2 now with 15 seconds left. Nathan Burak gets the escape, brings it within 1 point, and goes to get the takedown, but never gets the 2 points from the officials. But don't worry, they go to review after Coach Tom Brands challenges the ruling, and after a long look at it, the call is confirmed. And Nathan Burak is given his first loss of the year.
Burak's the one that gets me, and these rules that we have, you know, we have this video review, and we just got to get an independent ref. But the thing is, you can't get an independent ref because it's an Olympic sport. We got to keep costs down. So you either got to get rid of the rule because it takes you 5 minutes to get to the video review, or you got to make a true, honest assessment on what happened out there, and you have to divorce yourself from all emotion from the previous call. It's that simple.
A perfect 14-0 for head coach Tom Brands and his crew. Reporting inside Carver Hawkeye Arena, I'm Zach Mackey for Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The Iowa wrestlers will stay in Carver for their next Big Ten duel against Indiana on Friday. Carver kept busy over the weekend. The Iowa women's basketball team ended a 3-game losing streak on Thursday night against the Michigan Wolverines. Basketball reporter Katie Reber tells us more about how a mindset made all the difference for these ladies.
After a rough start, the Hawkeyes pushed the reset button on their season, beginning with their matchup against Michigan.
For us was a new season that we were starting over. We're going to forget about everything that happened up to that point, and we're going to start over.
This starting over mindset is what clicked for the Hawkeyes as they outscored the Michigan reserves 33-6, definitely showing their comfort on their home Carver court.
I'm getting to know the plays a lot better, getting to know the system a lot better, becoming much more of an offensive threat and a defensive threat, becoming much more of a leader, a vocal leader at that. So I'm definitely more comfortable.
With 21 assists, 12 turnovers, and 4 players in double figures, these ladies put on a clinic in Carver, showing everyone who this team really is.
And it's really fun to come back and show everyone that's not the team we are. We showed them who we are tonight, and we showed Michigan that, yeah, that's who we are.
Despite being a rather physical game, the Hawkeyes played in their strength zones and worked as a solid team.
We had better defense, just energy overall. And I think that our guards and everybody did a really good job shooting.
In their 85-69 victory on Thursday night, the Hawkeyes won every quarter of the game, outplaying Michigan in both offense and defense. This Iowa team is hoping this is a shift in momentum to a better season. This is Katie Reber inside Carver Hawkeye Arena, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
They kept their winning streak alive after beating Northwestern on their home court Sunday afternoon, 79-64. That'll do it for me in the sports studio. Keaton and Nikki, back to you.